It's proven that we form our first impressions within 17 seconds of meeting someone. This is one of the most important lessons to learn in terms of offering customer service. In giving good customer service, there's 12 great tips to help us build that first impression and make it a positive one. The first is to be genuinely interested in what the other person is saying. Then be sure to listen closely and make sure that your body language is also showing that you are doing that active listening. Make sure to be yourself. Act natural when you're giving that customer service. Be aware of your body language and be sure to maintain direct eye contact. Give that customer your full focus. Be aware of your speaking style. When you're choosing your words, make sure that you're also using your nonverbal behavior, such as your tone of voice, in a positive manner. Another great tip is to use the customer's name frequently to show them that you're paying attention to them and you're concerned with their needs. Be sure to show them respect through your words and your actions. Another way of showing respect is through making sure your appearance is neat and that you practice cleanliness. It's important that you also avoid prejudging your customers. Give them that clean slate and treat them as a unique individual. Your motivation to serve them should not come from needing to be right, but to build that credibility and rapport with them. In order to effectively communicate, you must understand that emotion and intentions behind the information you're conveying are very important to be aware of. When you communicate, there are nonverbal ways that you're conveying your message. So you need to use a set of skills in order to do this. That includes engaged listening, managing stress in that moment, and asserting yourself in a respectful way. So there are several things that lead to ineffective communication that we should also be aware of. Stress can cause a feeling of being overwhelmed and may cause you to act in an emotional way and maybe miscommunicate your message. So it's important to be aware of that. If you're experiencing a lack of focus, sometimes you're not able to get your point across because you're distracted. So it's important to avoid those distractions. If your nonverbal communication is contradicting the message you're trying to convey, can turn out to be negative and lead to miscommunication. So those are some tips to avoid ineffective communication. Other ways to effectively communicate, we use what's coined the 7 C's. And these are tactics that we use to effectively communicate our message. So the first C is clear. Make sure that your message is clear and straightforward. The next C is consistent. You need to make sure that your message is consistent. The third is credible. Make sure that your message is credible. Next is confidence. Use confidence when you're conveying your message. Then there's civil. Make sure that you're civil when you're relaying your message. And then lastly, it's concise. Be sure that your message is clear and concise and that you relay it with compassion. So these are the 7 C's to help you communicate effectively with potential customers.